Hey YouTube, this is Mystic Virgo 4444. I thought I was done doing readings this evening. I wanted to settle in and watch a movie, calm down a little bit after my bath. But earlier I wanted to do a reading on an issue, an issue, but I really didn't. I thought about it, but I really didn't pursue what I wanted to do tonight. There was something unique or special that I wanted to do. And when I was in my bathroom, something told me, okay, do this reading. This reading is going to be, it's going to have to do with, it may be a trigger for some people. It's going to be about childhood incest. So if you are triggered by this reading, I apologize if you were uh, a child of incest. I feel for you because so was I, and I don't know why I feel the need to put this reading out, but I think this is a reading that maybe we all need to hear. So if you are a child of incest, this is going to be a reading about uh, childhood incest and what does my inner child want to tell me. Okay, so we're going to do this. What does my inner child want to tell me? This is for a child of incest. Okay, so if you feel this reading is too intense, you don't have to watch it. It is a very, very touchy subject with incest survivors. It took years for me to come to that conclusion, to really accept the fact that I was a child of incest, but it happens every single day. Every single day, and for whatever reason, there's something that incest survivors need to know, right, or need to about themselves, about the situation, or whatever I come. It's very, very heavy on my heart. So whatever you need to know, or maybe there's something in here that you need to know if you are an incest survivor. Okay. Um, I just have my candle here lit just to support that those people who are abused, children, incest, rape, childhood abuse, or whatever category you fit into. But it's definitely regarding people with who are incest survivors. Whatever this message is, it's going to be a touching read. I'm not sure exactly what is going to come out in the cards and in the reading. Um, we'll just see what happens. So I appreciate you all for joining me, and I hope you all like this message and are able to resonate with it. And even if you aren't able to resonate with it, maybe you know someone who is older, who is a grown up, who is an incest survivor. Okay, or maybe if you are still young and you are an incest survivor, I believe you because it happened to me. You know. So if you are being hurt, please tell somebody. If your family won't listen, tell the church, tell the school, go to the police station. Police stations and fire departments are safe havens. So go somewhere where you feel comfortable, or tell a trusted friend or an adult. Um, it's not okay for somebody to put their hands in places that they shouldn't put them. When I was younger, we weren't taught about stranger danger. So this definitely will probably resonate with a lot of people. And I'm just going to see what the story, what comes out tonight in the reading. Here I already have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so maybe this is you. Maybe this is you being older. Yeah, you being older now, looking back at what happened to you when you were a child, whether you're a male or a female, take it how it resonates. And look how she looks in the face. She's serious. She's dead serious. Don't touch me. Don't put your hands anywhere where it shouldn't be. You know, you are probably very, very, you don't want people touching you. You don't want people doing or saying anything to disrespect you or your body. And I totally understand. I totally agree with that. You watch people. You don't trust easily. You don't let a lot of people into your personal space. Step back. Don't step so close. And that's great. This is justice card. So whatever happened to you when you were younger, you probably got justice for it. The person probably got locked up or dealt with in the hood kind of way. That somebody dealt with this person who hurt you. Uh, I see you standing in the middle here, but I also see two people here on these carvings. These people who hurt you from your past. You're beyond that now. This is no longer you. You've risen above the hurt, the heartache, and the pain. You see these two sketches here on here on these pillars, you are in the middle of this. You came through. Everything with you is okay, and you dealt with it with the person who hurt you, person or persons who hurt you. Maybe it was more than one perpetrator. It was in my case. Um, and you know that these people no longer have power over you. Okay, your world here is spinning. You know, this may be a justice court, but I also see the world above you. Your world has gotten so much better. You've been able to release so many different things, but yet and still, even though you released it, you still have those memories in your head. You still think about the pain that you went through. You still think about the heartache that you went through. You just, it's there. There's nothing that we can do to change it. That's just the cards that we were dealt in our life. Um, I have here the Page of Wands here. Maybe you didn't get the amount of help that you needed to get help. Maybe you tried to tell people, but people wouldn't help you. You reached out for help. You told people, but they didn't believe you. They didn't believe that something was happening to you by two people. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe male or female, however this resonates. And this was a burden for you when you were little. Maybe it's still a burden for you. Maybe it's still a burden for you. It's hard for you to carry, and you're trying your best to release the load because you don't want this to happen to you or anybody else that you know. Incest is when it's happening in families. It seems to be sometimes kept in the dark, kept in a secret. You know, and yet and still you tell, but your family, mother, father, whoever, they don't believe you. They don't think that can happen. Even if they did believe you, still there's nothing done, or there had been nothing done to stop that hurt and stop that pain and stop that touchy feely person who hurt you, who invaded your personal space and did things to you that never should have been done, and that hurt you. I have here the Two of Swords. You know, people knew what was going on, or at least your mother or father who lived in the household knew what was happening to you, but they didn't do anything to stop it. They may have addressed it, yes, possibly, but they didn't do anything to stop that pain. And you probably got abused by somebody who had maybe a drug or alcohol problem, an older guy, maybe a grandfather, a father. I'm hearing grandfather, maybe a brother, a sister, aunt, uncle, somebody in your family hurt you, maybe more than one person, because there was a lot of, like I said, a lot of drinking and drugs going on in the household. And people tend to overlook things when they are drinking. And they always tell kids to stay in a child's place and do what you have to do. But you have a lot of pain behind this. And if you were a female, which I'm sure you are, they probably broke your hymen during the time you got molested, and you bled a lot, and that you still remember you still remember that to this day, how it hurt and how they tore into your innocence, you know, and it has affected you. It has affected who you are. It's affected your femininity. It has affected your sexuality. You don't know whether you want to be with a male or a female. You don't know if you can even trust to be with anybody. You're probably maybe in your late 20s, early 30s, maybe close to 40, and still technically a virgin, because you don't want your sexual experience to hurt like it did. You know, I think you are in a lot of pain. You cry. It still makes you cry. It still makes you upset. I'm feeling so many different instances, so much different pain, so many different messages wanting to come out. Probably a lot of tears, a lot of pain, a broken hymen, some broken hymen, more than one young lady who had her hymen broken. And you really don't know who to trust right now. You keep your face hidden. You keep your life in a veil. You hide from people because you don't want people to see your inner pain. Your insides are conflicted with heartache and pain and hurt from the incest you went through. And believe me, I know. I've been there. For whatever reason, this message needed to come out tonight. I have here the Hierophant. And the people who just let this happen should have been locked up if they weren't locked up. You know, people knew. People just turned a blind eye to it. They acted like, you see this? They turned a blind eye to it. You know, blank face, like they didn't know what was going on, but they knew, you know, because you told. And they just refused to listen to you, you know. I have here the Seven of Cups. So there was a lot of different opinions, a lot of things said, but a lot of things that were not being done about the situation. I have here the Queen of Swords, and this is probably someone else who was a perpetrator to you, maybe a young guy, a young lady who always had a smile on their face and always wanted to help and always prove themselves, but yet and still they were full of crap. They were hurting you. They were taking away your innocence. Um, they were full of bull crap, wanted to maybe babysit and everything and do stuff for the young kids in the neighborhood, but yet and still they were putting their hands down your pants, making you do things to them that you should have never been doing as a child, and you cried so much when the things were happening to you because you know that it didn't feel right. You know that it was wrong, but it happened so much to you that maybe you started peeing or urinating on yourself in the bed and maybe at school, and you just couldn't control it because you have been hurt. You have been hurt. Uh, you probably had blood in the middle in your underwear or different things like that. You probably actually started cutting yourself, harming yourself, doing something to yourself in a negative way to cope with the inner struggle and the inner pain that you felt. You just had a lot of pain, a lot of anger, a lot of heated arguments and fussing and fighting came out when you told and you still weren't believed. Well, he wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do this. You are a liar. Go to your room and don't say anything to anybody outside of this house. What happens in this house stays in this house. That kind of stuff is what you went through, But you were so angry. You were angry, and as soon as you got older, you probably left home and didn't go back because people didn't trust you, or you probably ended up running away when you were younger because of the abuse, and you wanted that abuse to stop. It won't stop. So I have to get away. I have to cut these people and their person out of my life. Okay. So you probably also had a friend who you did tell, a girlfriend, maybe when you were younger, a little girl, or maybe you had a friend, a boy who you told. However it resonates, boy, girl, we both, male, female, we all, there's a propensity for boys to be molested too. So propensity to be for boys to be molested too. It's not just the girls. And maybe you had this person who you're really close with, and you told this person your secret, and this person told you, me too. This is happening to me. I believe you, and I'm getting chills right now, y'all. So maybe you told this person. You all just when it happened to each other, when it happened to you all just told each other every time it happened. I have here the King of Pentacles, and people knew. People danced around the subject. They knew, but they didn't do anything to prevent it or to stop it. And this person here sitting in the middle was the one who was hurting people, who was hurting children. He felt that he was the breadwinner in the family, or people respected him in the family, so they had no choice. Do what I tell you to do. I'm the grown up. You're a child. Stand in a child's place and do what I tell you to do. And that's the way it was back then. So Temperance here, you're trying to figure out a way to balance your life. But to me right now, what I'm looking at in this card here is maybe in order for you to cope with the pain that you went through as a child, you drink. Probably drink more than you should. You're probably a closet alcoholic. You're probably a functional alcoholic, a functional drug addict, a closet drug addict. However you want to look at it, however you want to do to cope with the pain. Maybe you're an overeater. That's probably why I'm overweight, because I'm holding in the pain that I went through as a child and working on those issues that as an adult that I've been through. So maybe you find that a way to cope, a coping mechanism. And here's the Magician card. You try to find so many different ways that you can cope with this. And if you're not drinking or drugging or overeating, maybe you're empowering yourself. Maybe you're helping other people. Maybe you're writing a story. I'm actually working on a story. My story is I want to have it published. Actually, it's about my childhood incest, what I went through in school, all the way up until my adulthood. How my adult relationships with men have been not so good because of what I've been through in my life and what I've been through when I was younger, and those incest situations and the rape situations when I was a child. So there are so many different things that you can empower yourself to do because of this magician card here. You can talk about it. You can have meetings. You can go to the YMCA. They have support groups that you can attend. Maybe you can start your own support group and talk about what you went through, and maybe figure out a way to help young girls now who are going through it, and make a way for us to tell young girls that it's okay. I believe you. If they are going through it, tell somebody. If your family won't believe you, go to the police, go to the fire station, go to your pastor. Somebody will believe you. Somebody will believe you. You know, the King of Wands here, don't let him get away with hurting you, or don't let her get away with hurting you. They're doing it to you because they think that they can have power over you. Don't let them get away with doing something to you that does not feel right. If you know it doesn't feel right in your gut and they are touching you in places they shouldn't be touching you, tell somebody. Somebody will believe you. Make them believe you. Okay? People want to be in their power, getting their power trip, and want to do something to hurt you. Okay? And look, this here is the Nine of Wands. You're blocking yourself off from love. You're blocking yourself off from life. You're blocking yourself off from getting the love and the passion that you want and desire in your life because you're afraid of getting physically hurt on the inside. You don't want anybody to hurt you anymore on the inside, so you block yourself off. You hide yourself. You hide your feelings. You hide your feelings in the bottom of a glass or in the bottom of an ice cream tub or however it is you do to ease your pain. You go behind these wands and you hide from your pain. If you need help, there are so many different places that you can go for help. So many different places that you can pick up the phone and call. So many different videos you can watch on YouTube for incest survivors that can lead you into the right direction. Or you can go on Amazon and type in incest survivors, and there are tons of different information, books and information things that you can find to help you get through whatever it is you are going through. Look, Seven of Wands, you can do it. You can come out of your hurt and pain. I know that's easier said than done because I still deal with it every day. I have triggers. You may have triggers. Like I have songs that remind me, like I Will Survive. That song takes me back to the disco age, and that's around the time that I was being molested. So that song, I can't listen to that song. I can't stomach. That's a trigger for me. Another trigger that you may find funny is powdered donuts. That's a trigger for me. The white powdered donuts. Uh, I have a few triggers, and that may seem trivial to you, but to me they are traumatic because that was traumatic for me back then, you know. And I'm coming out of it. I'm 45 years old. I still go through it because I still have those memories, and I have triggers at times, and possibly PTSD, which is something you probably have also, you know. So you just have to find a way to deal with it in your own way, your triggers. And I know it's hurtful. I know it's hurtful. I've been there. I'm there now. I've always been there. I'm 45, like I said, and I still think about that. I still have those flashbacks, you know, about that, you know. So it hurts, you know, that somebody who is supposed to love and care for you will do something like that for you, and not even just family members. You know, it was more than one person. You know, like I said earlier, you know, this person here is an emperor. He thought that he can rule you. He thought that you wouldn't say anything. He thought that you was going to always be quiet about it and not say anything. Look how strong this person is. Think about how strong this person was. Excuse me, how strong this person was above you when you were a child, probably 5 or 6, if not younger, maybe a little bit older. And this man could seem like a giant to you. So you had no choice but to do what this person told you to do. Because this person was much older than you, and if you didn't do this, I wouldn't do this, or however it resonated, whatever they made you do to you, and it hurt you to your core. This person here hurt you to your core. It hurts so much. It hurts so bad, and it still does, you know. But only you have the power and the strength and the might to get out of this, to get yourself out of this whirlwind of pain that you've been in for years. Or if you're younger, you need to get help. You know, ask for help, find help, make people believe you, because I believe you. Okay. 4 of Cups. Don't think that you can't get help. Don't think that you could get out of this. Okay. Don't think that you can get out of this. There is help, even if you're older, and this is when you were younger, you can still get the help that you need. YMCA, YWCA. Look online to find help for you to get out of this situation, okay? And I have here the Eight of Pentacles. Don't hide yourself under a rock, okay? I know it's probably hard, and you probably like holding your pain in, and you don't like sharing your pain and telling people your pain and telling people what you've been through. But maybe this video was for all of us tonight to know, all of us incest survivors tonight to know that we can take that top off of our pain, and we can let people in who can help us with the pain, and so we can let that pain out. We can let that pain out, and we can let those emotions out. And by letting the pain and emotions out, we can help other people, other incest and rape survivors heal. And maybe we all can maybe heal together by letting our pain out, letting our pain and our frustrations and our hurt out, so other people who's been through what we've been through can heal, or can at least start to heal. I'm trying to pull another deck out to see. I'm going to pull out here our goddess card here to see a couple of cards to see what other messages I can pull out for this touching reading here, this reading for incest survivors. I definitely think that this is a message that a lot of people need to hear. And under the deck, I haven't even shuffled yet, but I have the arts here, the arts card, and it's express yourself through creative activities. So I'm going to find this, and I'm going to read what it says. It's very, very, like I said, this just came into my spirit to read this to you all, to do this reading tonight, because I thought that maybe somebody needs to hear it. Okay, so this is Sarasvati. I don't know how you say that name, but express yourself through creative activities. You're a limitless being. If it seems that you have time, money, or other restrictions, it's simply because your mind is focused upon the material world. You can unlimit yourself by lifting the cloak of the material world from your focus. Music is essential for your expression and non-material ideals and energies. Music colors our surroundings with animations from the highest vibrational fields. It allows us to escape all limitations in our thinking and very existence. Surround yourself in music and allow it to stimulate your own creative thinking and to spark new ideas. Flow with the music and give yourself permission to investigate and experiment with putting your creative ideas into action. Enjoy being limitless. You can go any directions you want to. So what that card is saying is listen to some music. Maybe you can get some ideas when you listen to music. I know when I love music. Jazz is my all-time favorite, and I like to listen to music when I'm writing. Of course, I'm working on 3 different writing projects at the time, and one of them being my incest survival. What happened to me when I was younger, my incest survival, what I've been through. So I'm an incest survivor, like I said. I'm just going to pull a couple of cards to see what other messages is it that we need to know about our healing, because I think we need to heal. Even if we think we haven't healed, there still has to be something in us that's willing to let all of that pain out. You're probably you probably lash out at people and you don't intend to. You probably have a lot of anger inside of you and you don't mean to be so angry. But this is because of all the stuff we held in as children. It's got to find a way to come out. Or if I'm thinking of a volcano, if it doesn't come out in a healthy way, it's going to come out in a probably a violent way, a way you don't want it to come out. So if you need to get help, or if you have anger management issues because of what you've been through as a child, there's help anywhere. All you have to do is be willing to look and find it. Okay? Look and find it, and you'll find the help that you need. But you have to start first. I have here cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Yeah. Your emotions are probably telling you need to get some help. Okay? Get some help for your pain and talk to people. Talk to somebody who can help you. And quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Contemplate on the story or whatever it is, however it is you want to tell your story. Your cycles and rhythms is telling you that it's time to let this pain go. Relax. Find a quiet place to think about what you're going to do and how you're going to say it and how you're going to come about finding help, a support group. And a leap of faith. You need to take a leap of faith so you can get out of your pain, so you can get out of your hurt and anger. And find a way that you can stop feeling being so in so much pain. You can do it. Find some help. There's tons of people who can help with this, and you can let that burden go. Okay, the Spirit is saying that you can finally let this burden go, so you can help other people. God don't put more on you than you can bear. If you don't believe in God, I'm sorry, I do. Whoever you believe in or whatever entity you believe in, but I'm saying God because that's what I believe in. And I definitely think that Spirit wants you to know that you are never alone. Okay? And easy does it. Rest and rejuvenate. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in its perfect timing, yes. So don't rush to make this happen. Just do it in your own time, but please do it. Okay? And receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. So allow yourself to receive this message, this tarot message tonight, to let you know that you can let this go and that you can start the healing process of letting this go. Okay? Let it go. And let the Spirit get within you and help you figure out what you're going to do so you can stop being in so much pain and hurt and heartache and thinking about the memories and thinking about the flashbacks, the triggers, thinking about when you're laying down and you're making love to somebody you care about, and all of a sudden you get a flashback when you were little, what was happening to you, certain things people said, is all of that. All of that is telling you to let it go, to receive help, receive this message, and know that you are not alone because you have a bright future ahead of you of releasing this hurt, harm, and anger from what you went through as a child. Okay, your inner wisdom has already told you what you need to do. Your inner wisdom has already told you that you have a YouTube video coming up that you need to watch that's involved with childhood incest. Watch. Pay attention to the video. You have all the wisdom to do what you need to do. You already know you need to let it go. Okay? You already know. And true love. Love yourself enough to accept help from Spirit. Love yourself enough to accept help from Spirit. And the last message I have for you is saying to that's enough. That's enough. Let it go. Let it go. So, I hope you all received this message. I hope this message is going to get to the right person. I'm not going to apologize for putting it out there because I know this is something that somebody needs to hear. It's a weight on your shoulders. My shoulders right now feel really, really tense. So there's a weight on your shoulder and you need to release this pain. You need to release this heartache and you need to let it go. Let it go. And here, have that undying love in yourself to let it go. Okay? The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. So the love you share with yourself, your adult spirit and your childhood spirit, is let it go. It's regardless. It says the love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. So the child that's still in you from that incest and the adult that you are today, it's the same person. You're just separate right now, but you need to find that child again and reconnect with that pain. No matter how much it hurts, you need to reconnect with that pain so you can release it together. So you can get that child, so you can bury that child inside of you so that child can feel the love that you have for her or for him. Let it go. Let it go and heal. I believe you. So I appreciate you all for watching this very, very touching and intimate reading. It was something that I felt the need to do tonight for whatever reason, but it came to me, and I think it happened in the divine timing, the time that it was supposed to happen. So you all stay blessed, stay strong, and if you need to, please get some help. Please get some help.